Close your eyes for a moment and listen with your heart. There exists a ritual, an ancient ritual, a forgotten ritual, a silent ritual that requires no medicine, no technology, no commercial promises. A Buddhist ritual passed down in sacred forests where monks heal not with pills but with breath, awareness, and a return to the present moment. Why 5 minutes? Because 5 minutes is enough to change your body's state. Enough to reset your nervous system. Enough to send a vibrational message to every cell telling you that you can stop surviving and start healing. Yet it's too short for your ego to resist, too short for your mind to sabotage, too short for you to give up. This ritual is not spectacular. It is sacred. It makes no noise, but it speaks to your liver, your heart, your immune system, the light in your bone marrow. It repairs what medicine cannot see, what science cannot measure, what your soul has felt for a long time. Passed down by wandering monks, this ritual has been used for centuries in forest monasteries where monks practice the art of healing without effort. They say when you return to yourself, your body stops fighting and starts listening. That's when the healing begins. In a few moments, you will learn an extremely simple but profoundly sacred ritual. It will take only 5 minutes, but it could change how your body awakens, defends, digests, sleeps, and releases. This is not a technique. It is an embodied silent prayer, a way of remembering what your cells have always known but your mind has forgotten in the noise of modern life. This ritual does not come from hospitals, laboratories, or industry. It comes from silent forests, remote mountains, monasteries rarely visited. The forest monks found in Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, and northern Thailand do not live in cities. They seek no comfort. They sleep under trees, meditate with snakes, pray with the winds, and heal with breath, silence, and vibration. This ritual is not read in a book. It is transmitted through presence, example, and listening. When a disciple is ready, the master does not offer a theory but a breath, a rhythm, a gesture saying, "Do this every morning and you will understand what your body has never forgotten." In ancient Buddhist traditions, illness is believed to begin long before the body speaks, starting in the breath, in the imbalance of tension, in the loss of connection with the right vibration. The body whispers before it screams, but we've been taught to ignore whispers, to push through discomfort, to silence the body's intelligence with distraction and stimulation. The monks understood something that modern medicine is only beginning to acknowledge, that the body possesses its own wisdom, its own capacity to restore balance when given the right conditions. They recognized that healing isn't always about adding something but often about removing obstacles, about creating space for the body's natural intelligence to express itself. They saw that tension, stress, disconnection from breath, these are not merely psychological states but physical barriers preventing the body from doing what it already knows how to do. The ritual you are about to learn targets this precise moment when you stop fighting and start existing, when you cease trying to control and begin allowing, when the armor of survival mode drops and the body remembers it's safe enough to heal. This is not wishful thinking or mystical fantasy. This is about engaging the parasympathetic nervous system, about shifting from fight or flight into rest and digest, about giving your body permission to redirect energy from defense to repair. Modern science has begun mapping what the monks knew intuitively. Chronic stress keeps the body in a constant state of alarm, cortisol flooding the system, inflammation rising, immune function suppressed. Even 5 minutes of deep, conscious breathing can shift these markers measurably. Heart rate variability increases, indicating better nervous system flexibility. Blood pressure drops. Inflammation markers decrease. The body stops preparing for threat and starts preparing for healing. But the monks went further than physiological mechanics. They understood that healing requires presence, that the quality of your attention matters as much as the technique itself. When you bring awareness to your body with gentleness rather than judgment, with curiosity rather than criticism, something shifts. The body stops being an object you're trying to fix and becomes a living field of intelligence you're learning to listen to. Get settled. Close your eyes and breathe gently. This ritual consists of 4 sacred phases: the breath, the gesture, the visualization, and the energetic leap. Each phase builds on the last, creating a complete cycle that moves you from fragmentation back to wholeness, from tension back to ease, from disconnection back to presence. Step 1. The opening breath. Sit comfortably with your back straight but not rigid. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head toward the sky, lengthening your spine without strain. Place both hands on your stomach, feeling the rise and fall of your breath. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, letting your belly expand under your palms. Hold for 2 seconds, not gripping or forcing, just pausing naturally at the top of the breath. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, letting your belly soften and release. With each exhale, visualize a gray mist leaving your body. Tensions you didn't know you were holding, stress you've been carrying in your shoulders, old thoughts that circle endlessly in your mind. You're not forcing anything out, just allowing what's ready to leave to depart naturally, like clouds dissolving in clear sky. Continue this breathing pattern for 8 full cycles. Notice how your body begins to settle, how the inhale becomes smoother, how the exhale deepens without effort. Step 2. The Sacred Chalice Gesture. Now place your hands in a cup shape as if receiving an invisible offering. Your thumbs touch lightly, fingers relaxed, hands resting at your navel, creating a bowl or vessel with your palms. This isn't just symbolic. The gesture itself sends a signal to your nervous system. I am open, I am receptive, I am willing to receive. Close your eyes. Feel the energy in your palms. You might notice warmth, tingling, a subtle magnetic sensation between your hands. This is not imagination. This is your body's electromagnetic field becoming more coherent as you focus your attention. Say inwardly, silently, with the quality of truth rather than affirmation, I am ready to receive the healing I already carry. Notice those last 3 words. You already carry the healing. You're not summoning it from outside, not begging for intervention from distant forces. You're acknowledging what's already present within you, the body's innate capacity to restore balance, the wisdom that's been operating since before you were born, the intelligence that grew you from a single cell into this complex organism breathing right now. Step 3. The Golden Light Visualization. Imagine a soft golden light descending from the sky like gentle, warm, benevolent rain. Some traditions call this prana, chi, life force. Modern physics might describe it as information, as coherence, as organized energy. Call it what resonates for you, but feel it. A luminous presence entering through the crown of your head. It flows down slowly, not rushed, not forced. Through your throat, releasing tightness in your jaw, softening your tongue, relaxing the muscles you didn't know were clenched. Through your heart, opening the chest, allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears, creating space for your lungs to expand fully. Through your stomach, warming your digestive organs, soothing inflammation, calming the nervous system that lives in your gut. Through your pelvis, releasing tension in your hips, softening your lower back, grounding you into the earth beneath you. And finally through your legs and out your feet like roots extending deep into soil, completing the circuit, connecting you to something larger than yourself. This light cleanses, restores, rainforms, and heals. You don't need to do anything. Just let it work. Let it move through you the way water moves through a riverbed, following its natural course, finding the places that need it most without your conscious direction. Trust the body's intelligence to receive this energy where it's needed. Step 4. The Healing Leap. Place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your stomach. Feel the warmth of your palms against your body. Feel your heartbeat if you can, that steady rhythm that's been with you since before birth, that will be with you until your last moment. Feel your breath moving under your left hand, that constant exchange of giving and receiving, taking in what sustains you, releasing what you no longer need. Stay here. Breathe gently and say inwardly, I am healed. I am light. I am alive. Not as a desperate wish but as a recognition of what's already true. Your body is constantly healing, cells regenerating, wounds closing, balance restoring. You are light in the sense that you're not the heavy story you carry but the awareness witnessing it. You are alive right now, which is the only moment that ever exists. Remain in this silence for another 30 seconds. Don't count, don't measure, just be. Smile gently even if you don't feel like smiling. The physical act of smiling sends signals to your brain that shift your neurochemistry. Smile not because everything is perfect but because in this moment you chose to stop, to listen, to give your body 5 minutes of peace. Then open your eyes slowly, blinking gently, letting the room come back into focus without rushing. Notice what you feel. a sensation of warmth and inner calm. Reduced mental agitation, that constant chatter quieter than before. Perhaps a subtle reduction of pain or tension you were carrying. A feeling of receiving something invisible yet real, something that can't be measured but can be felt. You have just performed a rare act in modern life. You stopped doing and started being. For 5 minutes, you didn't try to accomplish anything, didn't chase any goal, didn't fix or improve or optimize. You simply allowed, opened, and welcomed. In that silent space, your body began to listen to itself, vibrate at its natural frequency, and activate its own healing mechanisms. Remember this: it's not the duration but the presence that heals. You could spend an hour doing this mechanically, going through the motions while your mind plans dinner, and it would do less than 5 minutes of complete presence. It's not the complexity but the awareness that transforms. The simplest practices, done with full attention, can shift your entire system. And what you have just activated needs nothing more than your commitment to return, to practice, to remember. The monks who preserved this ritual understood that healing is not a single event but a practice, not a destination but a direction. They knew that 5 minutes daily creates more transformation than 5 hours once. Consistency matters more than intensity. Showing up matters more than perfection. The body responds to patterns, to rhythms, to the reliable return of conditions that allow it to rest and repair. Practice this ritual every day for 7 days. Always at the same time if possible, training your body to anticipate this moment of peace. Always in silence, removing external stimulation so you can hear internal whispers. Always with respect, approaching your body not as a machine to be fixed but as a temple to be honored. And observe, without judgment or expectation, what changes in your body, your sleep, your mood, your energy. You might notice deeper sleep, waking more refreshed. You might find chronic pain softening, not disappearing necessarily but losing its sharp edges. You might discover more patience with yourself and others, less reactivity to stress. You might simply feel more present, more here, less lost in the endless loop of past regrets and future anxieties. Your body is more than a tool for accomplishing tasks. It is a temple, a sacred space where consciousness meets matter, where the invisible becomes visible, where spirit takes form. Every ritual is an offering, not to external gods but to the divine intelligence within you, the wisdom that grew you, sustains you, and will one day return you to source. And in that offering, in that moment of remembering what you are beneath the story of who you think you are, healing happens naturally, effortlessly, the way a cut closes or a bruise fades without your conscious intervention. This is the gift the monks preserved through centuries. Not a magic formula but a reminder that you already possess everything you need to heal, that the medicine you seek is not in a pill or a procedure but in the quality of attention you bring to this moment, to this breath, to this body that's been carrying you faithfully through every experience of your life. 5 minutes to remember. 5 minutes to return. 5 minutes to heal.